Hey yo, E-King Fight News, back at it. And in other news, shout out to the Boxing Voice. They did a great interview with Bob Arum. Pretty much lead promoter, owner of Top Rank Promotions. Probably the biggest promoter out of the US right now. One of the biggest. Really, you could call him a true pioneer of the sport of boxing. And at the same time, he's one of the sleaziest, greasiest promoter that has ever graced the boxing world, Bob Arum. And he had some words about the whole Dazn streaming platform that Eddie Hearn is going to be a part of, that he's throwing money around, you know, and this is actually what Bob Arum said. This is what Bob Arum said, guys. So let's break it down. E-King Fight News. More on this. Alright, so Bobby Arum, he pretty much said that, you know what, guys like Charlos, the Al Haymon fighters who are not exactly with a promoter, they would be taking a risk. They would be taking a big risk by going on this DAZN streaming deal, because one, it's a relatively new app. I mean, it's live sports, it's all that good stuff, whatever's on there. But when it comes to boxing fans, I mean, you could be a fan of NFL football. They're supposed to have exclusive rights on all the NFL games, right? So that's probably their biggest selling point if you're heavy into football. But if you're not, then it doesn't really apply to you, right? It applies as a boxing fan. You know, we've been spoiled over the past year by getting world class, even some great matchups that could have been on pay-per-view. We got it on regular cable television. That means it makes it even easier to stream, legally or not legally. It makes it easier to stream because everyone has the channel. It's a channel that everyone can have basic cable, turn on Fox, turn on CBS, turn on NBC, and they're going to be able to watch that world-class fight. They had Errol Spence doing a fight in a time slot right after the Olympics. You know how many eyes saw Errol Spence? That's the advantage, guys. And with this streaming service, are these guys going to pay $15 or $20 for just to see Eddie Hearn's fighters? These quote-unquote new American signings? When the only real guys I've heard that were confirmed, that look to be confirmed, are Gabriel Rosado and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I'm sorry, but I mean, shit, man. If you're Eddie Hearn, you really thought you'd get a better, you thought you'd get some better fighters, you know, for the money he's throwing around. But, you know, Bob Arum pretty much said, you know, he's the real pioneer because he's doing ESPN Plus. And ESPN Plus, you know, they got the backing of that major money network, ESPN, which is way more streamlined. You know, Americans know the name ESPN, and he believes he is he's really at the forefront of this direct-to-consumer platform in the form of the ESPN Plus app. So, shout out to Bob Arum. He really started this all. And it seems like Eddie Hearn's the one that's just following the trend. That does exist. Because, you know, there's Netflix, right? Netflix, who needs to go to a fucking movie theater? You got Netflix, right? It's all direct to consumer. So forget about the satellite company, forget about the fucking cable company, you don't need them. You got the app. It's all on the app, right? But it's still relatively new, and Eddie Hearn, even he expects things to be a slow start. But obviously, the more fighters he gets, especially in terms of future stars that he can build up, then he will be able to create some draws at some point. But Bob Arum doesn't see that as a major game changer at the moment. So E-King Fight News, check out that interview with Boxing Voice, man. They did a great interview with Bob Arum. He really went in on the Eddie Hearn situation. And even Bob Arum actually agrees with Floyd, and he thinks the fight should absolutely be in the UK. And we're talking about Wilder Joshua. He thinks that should be in the UK as well. So, E-King Fight News, man. That's what's up. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. All the updates in boxing. What more can I say? Well, check out what else is going on. He also spoke on Vasyl Lomachenko. He believes the biggest fight for Lomachenko right now is Manny Pacquiao. He didn't speak on that injury that Lomachenko had surgery for. Apparently, he was injured in that that fight against Jorge Linares. Apparently, the second round, his shoulder popped out. You wouldn't even know it by the way he fought that fight. So yeah, man, if Lomachenko is able to get Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao needs to get past Lucas Matthysse, that's really the needs to be the focus, because Lucas Matthysse can fucking punch. We've seen Pacquiao stretched out by Juan Manuel Marquez, and comparatively, Matthysse is a bigger puncher. Matthysse is a much bigger puncher than a Juan Manuel Marquez. And what? Pacquiao's older in the game. He may have lost a step. I mean, shit, there's a lot on the line. And Pacquiao needs to be careful. He needs to watch out. Bob Arum is still wants to be attached to Manny Pacquiao. And he always will be. I mean, he's promoted this guy for the past decade, so he gave a lot of credit to Pacquiao as well. And you know what else is in the works with Bob Arum? His fighter, Brian Jennings, is going to be fighting Joseph Parker in a heavyweight matchup that will be very intriguing, because Jennings is a pressure fighter. Joseph Parker likes to box on the outside. So that's a very interesting fight. If you ask me, I might edge out Joseph Parker in that one. I just think he's too slick, too subtle, and he's got a good jab. He's a good heavyweight. He's a good heavyweight that's just too small for guys like Wilder and Joshua. He's just too small. He couldn't deal with the physical tactics that Joshua had for him. And maybe Brian Jennings will be able to out-physical. Just be too much on the inside for Joseph Parker. So it's a very good fight. I think that's going to be happening very soon. Who else is fighting? I believe Tyson Fury is set to come back. And hopefully he really makes a splash with his first fight against this dude, Sefari, whatever his name is, guys. E-King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think about all those notes in boxing. And, of course, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And it is what it is, guys. Peace.